Hey guys, Kyle here to reviewing set 71761 Zane's Power Up Mech Evo. This set released January of this year, retails for €10 and comes with 2 minifigures. Well, that said, let's get into the review. So the first minifigure in this set is, and it's probably the reason you're buying this set, is to get Evo Zane. He looks pretty good, as you can see. He just has the brand new Evo suit, as well as his old Legacy hood, now in a white and blue color, instead of the white and gray color you would normally get. Remove the hood though, he's got the same old Zane face that they've been using for a while, which focusing on it. And you also get his hairpiece as well, which this is the cheapest way at the moment to get it. The other cheapest way was obviously get the Epic Battle set from last year, but they're sort of retiring. At least I haven't been able to find any, so that's unfortunate. Although my only nitpick is I think this is definitely the worst Evo suit out of all of them, mainly because he doesn't follow the pattern the rest do. Like, why are both his arms exposed? I think one of them should have definitely been white. I think like the low-hanging Vito, I think that's an interesting choice, especially as you can see his core, but again, he doesn't really fit the sort of look of the other Evo suits, so kind of knock it down a bit in my opinion. But anyway, let's move on to the last minifigure you get in the set. And the other minifigure in the set is a Cobra Mechanic, which is part of the new sort of orange and black slash black and orange serpentine that have been released during this core wave, which I think is interesting. They still don't have an official name, and from like the trailers that have been released for the shorts, it doesn't look like they appear in the shorts, so we may never actually see these guys in the show, but they're pretty interesting to say the least. I like the way they use all of them use the whipper head. It makes them all look very unified. I wish they had like a, I don't know, like a boss or a general type serpentine that we normally get. For whatever reason in this wave, we just don't have it. At the back there you can see some sort of like buckles, and there you can see the rest of the armor without the whipper head, which is the same mold they've been using since 2019 at this point, which is wild. Although unlike the power whippers, unfortunately like the flame here, it's not transparent, just like the Murray guards from Seabound. It is just one like thick plastic. Although he's got a brand new stud shooter, which was first introduced in the Lego Batman wave in November. Although the one in that set, the one the Penguin had, was like much bigger, much more like a rocket launcher. Well, this is just like a pistol. Press down on this. Okay, that went flying. Yeah, you simply just got a flat stud in there, which works pretty well as ammunition, and overall looks pretty good for the Cobra Mechanic. But anyway, let's move on to the main build of the set. For a €10 mech, this is very great. This is just, honestly, one of the best mechs we've ever gotten. For Ninjago, I think the Marvel mechs are a bit better. I'll get down to that in a minute. But as you can see, it uses these new sort of joint pieces for both the arms and the legs. They're also used on the dragons in this wave. Although I'm not sure about the Lloyd dragon, but I know for the fire and lightning one it does. But as you can see there, it's just like there's no movability, like posability. These aren't joints unlike the other mechs, so it's just sort of stuck there. His knees are always kind of bent, which for stability is very good, because the Marvel mechs, they always keep falling over, but I think this type of mech design, especially for the legs, is very stable and rarely falls over. The arms though, not a fan of. There is no joint, as you can see, so you can't really, you know, move it independently from the arm, which I think is definitely a downgrade. But one of the biggest upsides is the friendship banners, I think they're called. These are all printed pieces. Now, one of these are a sticker, which is fantastic, because they probably would have been a sticker. Here as well, I'm not sure if this was printed or not, but I think it is. I don't think it uses any stickers. But as you can see there on the little circle, it says Ninja in the Ninjago language, which is the same thing I forgot to mention that says on the back of Zane's torso, which is pretty neat. Speaking on the back, if we take a look at the back of the mech, it is very barren, and obviously it's meant to be like that because you're meant to look at it from the front. On the arms, you have this like little saw blade, which is like a blue transparent version of the one they used on the Zane Titan mech from last year. And here you just have this new blue katana, which works really well for Zane. Although I think maybe getting one in white would have been better, because Nia also uses this similar one in this wave, but it's just a minor complaint in my opinion. Overall, this looks really great. Also forgot to mention as well, you can open this up, which this in itself, this little, I don't know what you call this thing for the cockpit, this is a new piece, which I think works really well. As you see, Zane's just sitting in there, and he's pretty stuck. He's like stuck in there tight, as you can see, because it is not. I don't know what the things are called. The Marvel Mechs hold up, which is what I was talking about. This little piece here, it doesn't have it. Instead, you just kind of put Zane onto the studs there. Well, here, I'm taking the Captain America mech, for example. You could just simply fit in a minifigure right there, which I think is fine as well and works kind of better. But hey, at least you know Zane will not fall out. And yeah, you can see it's kind of in shambles right now. So yeah, let's move on to the instructions. So it's taking the instructions, which are really small. They're tiny. These are the new like Evo type ones, which you can see they've like illustrations in the instructions, which I think works pretty well. They show up every time you complete a build or you're like doing progress in a build. As you can see is the other illustration at the back, which you have like the demolition serpentine shooting at the mech. And you have here where it says on the back too with the armor. You have here as well where you're attaching like the friendship banner, which looks pretty good. I like that rendezvous with the flag. And here as well you have the mech fighting the serpentine and the ads for the other sets. Not all the sets, because you are missing the dojo and the ultra combo mech, which interesting. But as you can see there, you can see the other banners with the ninja, which I think looks pretty good. Overall, I'm a pretty big fan of this wave. I think it's really nice. I cannot wait for the expansions coming in March. But anyway, well, that said, let's move on to the box. So as you can see with the box, it looks very similar to the Season 11 box there. It's like this little black border around it, which I think is pretty unique. I always like the styles of boxes. But as you can see here, you just have the mech in action. And down at the bottom, you have Wu and Zane, which this is because it's based off of the different lessons in like the shorts, which is why Wu's there, I'm pretty sure. At the side, you just some stuff in the Ninjago language. Yeah, this is just meant to be something that part of Evo, and you have train, progress, reward, and the Ninjago website. Here at the back as well, this is sort of like the new meta these Evo sets have, where they show you like the set and different evolutions and sort of how you put it together instead of like play features and stuff, which I think is very interesting. Although I'm not a fan of it just being completely white. I wish there was a bit more color to it. But it's fine, and that's what the mech looks like. But if you're wondering, without the golden armor, and that's what it looks like then. Well, yeah. Overall, I think this set is really good. I would highly recommend you get it. It's probably one of the better like €10 mechs for Ninjago and Lego just kind of in general. But anyway, I don't really have much else to say. But a happy 11th anniversary to Ninjago. And well, that said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.